Hey, this is Fred Lam and welcome to this page. Now today I want to actually have a free training for you guys to share with you an opportunity which allows you to become a wildly successful entrepreneur. But before we get into that, listen, I got my brand new book called Starting From Zero, which allows any individual to actually have the right system and blueprint to go from zero to start building a profitable e-commerce business. Now, this book has helped my students collectively generate over $31 million in sales. We have people like a college dropout, a grandma with zero tech knowledge, an ex-military personnel that really became a seven-figure entrepreneur, all thanks to the system that I talked about inside this book. So for a limited time right now, you can actually get a copy of the audio version and the digital copy for just $1.99. Click that button right below and you can actually get access to the audio version and the digital copy right now. Now, inside this book, I talked about the 5-step system. But before we actually go into a deep training with you on sharing what these 5 steps are, I want to actually allow you to understand the business model itself, which is really using other people's money to start building your very own e-commerce business and actually get a piece of this multi-trillion-dollar industry. So you might be wondering, well, Fred, what on earth are you talking about? Well, the 5-step system actually provides and shows you exactly how you can actually start selling any physical products without you ever developing, seeing, touching, or even have a piece of inventory in hand. And as a matter of fact, you actually collect your customers' money first before you even deliver the product. This is absolutely a low-risk way for you to start potentially building a 6-figure or 7-figure business, just like how my students have been doing. And I want to first share that concept with you, how to use other people's money to actually start building your very own business. And like I said, all this are shared in detail inside my brand new book called Starting From Zero, which you can actually grab it today for just $1.99. Now let's talk about other people's money. This is a very, very, very massive way that the richest use to actually build their business, which is using other people's money. In fact, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this a lot. And I was so honored and privileged to actually flew down to meet him in person and actually have him write the foreword to my brand new book, which you can actually grab today. Now with OPM, using other people's money, how does this business model work? It's actually very simple. The first thing that you need to have is a web presence. Now imagine this is your website and your web store. And I actually share exactly how you can actually build one for less than $100, and you don't need any technical knowledge or have any experience on really building a website. You can have one up and running. Now, once you actually got your website, you need products to sell, right? So what you do is simply go out and find manufacturers that basically have products that you can start selling. Now, when you find these manufacturing vendors, there are 3 pieces of information that you would need. You simply need the photo, you need the description of the product, and you need to know what your cost is going to be. And let's say that your cost of this product or whatever you're selling, let's say it is $5. Now what happens is that you actually grab these information from your vendor or manufacturer, which I will show you exactly in this book on how you could actually get access into millions of products to sell. Pretty crazy. Now then you upload these products right into your store and you mark up the price to, let's say, $10. So simply you grab the photo, grab the description, and people can actually buy right from your store for $10. Then all you need to do is find customers to go to your website and simply pay for the product. So they basically have to pay you $10 upfront to order the products, once the product is ordered and you collected that $10. Okay, the entire time you have not spent a penny on buying the product at all or having any inventory. The customer gives you $10 first. Then what happens is that once you collected that $10, you simply spend the $5 to your vendor and manufacturer and have them ship the products directly to your customer. So essentially, you are arbitraging the inventory that is sitting in the warehouse of your vendors and manufacturer. So this is actually step number 2 in my 5-step system, which is arbitraging inventory of your vendors and manufacturers, so you don't need to invest a single penny to actually start selling products online. Now you might be wondering, well, Fred, this sounds all good. This sounds amazing. Will customer know that you are arbitraging the product? At the end of the day, reflect back the last time you bought a product on Amazon. Did you actually see the product? Know where it is? Feel it? Touch it? The answer is no. Because nowadays, we are trained as a human being to actually buy products online by simply seeing the image, looking at the description, and if we agree with the price, as long as we can receive the product, that's all it matters. And as a matter of fact, Amazon, majority of their products are not owned by them. It is actually owned by vendors and manufacturers. And Amazon is just like your website, which is a marketplace to actually get people to go buy the product and make that margin. So essentially, you are collecting $10 upfront and you make $5 gross profit right in between because you're only spending $5 to your vendor manufacturer to have the product shipped to them. So this is how you use other people's money to actually start building your very own business. Listen, this system, this exact business model has helped my students generate over $31 million. And today, you actually get to learn all this inside my book called Starting from Zero. How to build an online business starting with nothing. And for a very limited time, you get the audio version and the digital copy for just $1.99. Seriously, go ahead, click that button right below and get your copy today. Now, like I mentioned, in here, this is the business model. There's actually 5 steps that you gotta follow. Now, these 5 steps are not just telling you what to do. It's actually giving you the exact tutorial and giving you access and giving you all the resources and tools for you to actually start building your very own profitable e-commerce business, even if you have no marketing knowledge or even if you have 0 prior knowledge at all. And all you gotta do is grab this book today. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 5 steps, which is very important because like I said, this video training is a training for you to actually help you really kickstart your journey as an entrepreneur. So now you understand right here, the business model, how does the 5-step really work and what is so important about it? And in fact, step number 4 and 5 is critical for your business. And I want to actually share that with you. So again, with the business model, using other people's money, in order for you to actually build that business model, we have 5 steps. Step number 1 is to have a web presence. I'll share with you exactly how you can actually start building your very own e-commerce store for less than $100. Seriously, for less than $100, I will show you exactly how to do it, and all you need to know is Microsoft Word. If you can actually type things out of Microsoft Word document, upload images, you are well on your way to actually build your store, and I can virtually guarantee you that. So step 1, inside my book, I will walk you through exactly how to get your web presence up and how to actually get the highest conversion for your store. Then we go into step number 2. Now step number 2, obviously once you have your web presence, you need products to sell. And we call this inventory arbitrage. I will share with you several ways that you can actually get products to start selling on your website without you owning, touching, or investing a single penny to actually have these products right into your store. And again, I explain all these inside my book called Starting From Zero, and we go very in-depth detail on exactly how to work with vendors, who to work with, and most importantly, what products to sell. Then we go into step number 3. Now in step number 3, it is all about traffic. I have a favorite quote that I always say, he who controls the traffic controls the business. You can have a beautiful website, you can have the most amazing products on your store, but without traffic, you are not going to be in business, because website is a piece of small little code in the entire World Wide Web. There are billions of websites out there, and in order for you to actually start finding customers to give you money, right, you need to actually start going after traffic. Now, inside my book, Starting From Zero, I talked about 3 kinds of traffic. And the first one is obviously called social media traffic. Nowadays, we are living in the world of social media. Right now, the consumers are all in social media, and I will share with you what you can do to actually leverage social media to start generating sales for your store. The second is called influencer marketing. Now, what is influencer marketing? It is very simple. You simply go find internet celebrities to actually help you shout out your product, shout out your store, to actually get them to endorse your products that is in your store and get them to go to your website. This is a super lucrative way. You can actually spend just $10 to actually get an influencer to actually endorse your product to drive their followers to become your customer. And again, I explain all these inside my brand new book called Starting From Zero. I talked about exactly what you gotta worry about, what you gotta look out for, and last but not least, when it comes to traffic, it's ads. If you can master advertising, which inside my book, I will give you not just how to do it, I will give you step-by-step tutorial on setting up your first ad. So even if you have never done so before, I will walk you through and help you become a master at setting up ads. And I use a formula called the 3x3 ad formula, which rapid fire tests your product, and you don't need a whole lot of money to get started. In fact, just $5, you will actually be having the ability to start getting customers going to your website and potentially generate your first sale. And I talk all about this inside step number 3. Now, step number 4, like I said, is one of the most critical part that a lot of businesses are missing right now, which is called the profit multiplier. Now, what is the profit multiplier? Well, when you actually step foot in McDonald's and all you want is a hamburger, every single time the cashier will ask you, do you want fries with that? Now, McDonald's actually did a survey back in 1970s, and they discovered that for every 200 customers that walked into McDonald's to buy a hamburger, none of them actually bought a fries. But then what they do is that they start to train their staff to ask, do you want fries with that? Which I can guarantee you have been asked this question before. Now, by asking about that question, 100 people start ordering the fries. So essentially, when the customer was just gonna be buying a hamburger, now add on into a fries, and then adding drinks to their order, adding an ice cream to their order. Essentially, when the burger maybe is like $2.50, the customer came out and actually spent upwards of $8 at that transaction. And that's exactly what you gotta do when you are running your store. Because if you learn and know exactly how you can actually maximize and have your customers spend more money upon purchase, that's where a huge amount of profit actually goes into your business, right? You don't want to just make $10 from a customer. You want to turn that $10 customers into spending $50, $60, or even $100. because that is where the money is at. So inside step 4, there are things like upsell, there are strategies like couponing, there are strategies like quantity discount. I share a whole lot of strategies inside step number 4 for you to actually make more from your customer without spending more. All right, and again, that's step number 4. Now, step number 5 is called rinse and repeat. Now, in the rinse and repeat, this is absolutely amazing because if you went through and followed exactly what you learned inside my brand new book called Starting From Zero, you will be a master at creating businesses. And in fact, imagine yourself having multiple stores, right? One in the fishing niche, one in the home and garden, one in the consumer gadget. And what you're building is multiple sources of income. Now, I'm pretty sure you have heard this term, multiple sources of income. That's how you start to become or build an empire of having all these assets producing money day in and day out for you by simply following these 5 steps. Now, at a certain point, you can actually sell these assets because a lot of companies and a lot of people in the world look for these assets to buy. I have a student, his name is called Ryan Carell. He built his store using my exact 5-step system. And guess what? In 3 months, he sold it for $22,000. For $22,000, he cashed out. And then, guess what he did? Rinse and repeat. He went and built another store and sold it again. Seriously, this strategy is repeatable. It is proven to work, not just for me, generating tens of millions of dollars online, but typical people, normal people who had no education before, who never thought of becoming a business owner, start to actually reap in the rewards. And today you have this opportunity, and all you have to do is click that button below, grab my audio version of this book and the digital copy, and start building your very own business. It doesn't matter what college degree you have. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how tech savvy or not you are. I can virtually guarantee you, if you follow these steps that I mentioned inside this book, you will start building a wildly profitable online business, even if you're starting with nothing. Seriously, it's just $1.99 right now. Click that button right below and get your access today and start building it. I don't want you to just grab this book, all right? I want you to actually take action. Now, in reality, I can actually give you this book right now. However, I choose not to, and I ask you to invest $1.99 because I want you to be serious and have skin in the game. If you actually invest $1.99 and get my entire blueprint and system, I know that you would actually read cover to cover and start taking action and start building your very own business. Again, this is a proven system that works. And even Mr. Robert Kiyosaki wrote the foreword to this book, and you get to actually have this opportunity today for just $1.99. So there's no excuse for you that no one giving you an opportunity. Today, you are given this opportunity, and you're just one decision away and just $1.99 away. So all you gotta do is click that button right below, and I really look forward to having you to become my next success story. So I'll see you inside the book.